Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk to you about the Biologique P50, the different ones that I've tried, the different ones in the ranges, and how they worked for my skin. So if you're interested then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these in the order of the ones that I have tried. So the first one that I ever tried was the P50W. Yeah, there we go. So this is the first one that I tried. The reason that I tried this one first is because it's supposed to be the weaker of the range, and P50 in general is supposed to be really intensive, really exfoliating. So I actually went on a website called Embassy of Beauty, and they had a little bit of a what would you call it, a little bit, not a test, it was kind of like it was like a questionnaire, and then it gave you the answers to what it thought that you needed. Obviously I didn't buy everything that came up, but I bought a very simple routine, but a full one from Biologique. So it said that I should get the P50W, which I did. So I suppose a little bit of background on P50 would probably be good. So where does the name come from? P stands for peel, 50 stands for 50 days. So what the lotion aims to do is to basically generate new skin over a course of 50 days. And that's part of the reason that people have such amazing success with it, because it basically just changes your skin as you use it. So yeah, that's a little bit of background on it. It's got a cocktail of acids in there that obviously assists the exfoliation and does an array of amazing things. I'm not a scientist, I can't tell you the reason that each one does each thing to all the different layers of the skin, but I can tell you that I have really enjoyed using these products. So yeah, obviously P50 and then W, that stands for weak. Or at least I think it stands for weak. I've always thought it stands for weak. If it doesn't and I'm wrong, then please correct me. But I do know that it is the weaker of all of the P50s. So how did I get on with this? I kind of wish that I had taken before and afters, but I don't know, you know what it's like, you don't like your skin, so you decide that you're gonna change something up, and you don't really want to take the before pictures because you don't like what you see. So yeah, I didn't take any before and after pictures, but even after using this P50W, this has slowly become an absolute staple in my routine. It's changed my skin entirely. And I will be forever thankful for this little bottle for that. So this one definitely is weaker. If you have sensitive skin, the one that you want to go in with is definitely this one. I don't have sensitive skin particularly, but I am prone, or I did used to be prone to a breakout or two, and I thought, I don't really know what I'm doing with this. It's super expensive, so I'm gonna follow the advice of the website that I'd gone on, and at the time that I'm pretty sure that was the only place in the UK that you could actually purchase Biologique from. So I went ahead with the P50W. I did love what I saw, but I kind of thought my skin could take a little bit more. So the next one that I went for was let's swap the bottles. The next one that I went for was the P50 PIGM 400. So this one, oh, let's just focus back in there, hello. So this one is supposed to get rid of pigmentation, but also it's still weaker than the P50 original. So I thought, you know, we can probably get a little bit more out of this. I do have a little bit of pigmentation like on my skin. I mean, it's not bad, and I don't think anybody would ever look at it and be like, oh wow, but like freckles and things like that, you know. And sometimes freckles look lovely on people, but I just prefer my skin without them. So I thought, if I can can use this product and get rid of a little bit of pigmentation, then that wouldn't be such a bad thing. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try this other one. Again, really expensive, so these are like expensive experiments, you know, they're not just a whim. So I did really enjoy this particular P50 lotion. Its aim is to remove of pigmentation, or not remove but lessen pigmentation. Obviously it's not a super intensive peel, it can't work miracles. You're not going to wake up the next morning and all of your pigmentation's gone. But do I think it helped? Yes, I do. Do I think that I would try something different for pigmentation and not jump back to this particular P50? Yes, I do also think that as well. So the P50 PIGM 400, I don't know if that's how people say it, but that's what I'm going to go with. I did really like it. It kind of did what it says on the tin, but I also wouldn't go back to this one. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not good, it just means that I don't feel like it was good as the P50W, and I don't feel like it took away enough pigmentation for me to think, yeah, okay, I'm going to keep using this. So would I recommend for people with pigmentation? I think it's definitely worth a try. If the pigmentation isn't severe, then I think you should go for it. If the pigmentation is quite dark and deep, I don't know, if it's quite severe pigmentation, I don't honestly think that this would help, because it only very marginally helped with the very slight pigmentation that I have. So is it a great product? Yes, it is, and I know that I sound like it isn't. It is a great product, but I just don't think that it's intensive enough in the way of pigmentation is all. So yeah, do with that what you will. And then I recently purchased the original Lotion P50. So I decided to go in with this one because, knowing my skin, it's quite hardy. It doesn't very often get super sensitive to things. There's only been a few occasions, and I think that's been more of an allergy than a sensitivity issue. So I decided to go in with the P50 because when you hear people talk about these amazing experiences that they've had, they're always talking about the original one. So I thought, you know what, we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it again. You've enjoyed the other ones, nothing too bad's happened. In fact, nothing bad happened. If anything, just the texture of my skin just kept getting better and better and better. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in with the original P50, and I have only been using it for a week, but I am already loving what it's doing for me. It's definitely the best one in my opinion. It definitely has the most impact because it's the strongest one, and you know, they did so well from the original P50. I don't know, you tend to think that that one would be the best anyway. I actually got this one from a different store. I think Biologique has branched out somewhat, and you can now buy it from a couple of different places. You can get it from Harrods, you can get it from Liberty. I think there are a couple of other ones, so it's not just the one place that you can purchase it from now, which is really nice. Yeah, I like that. It's good. I like to have variety of where I can purchase from, especially if one happens to go out of stock. Anyway, I digress. So the P50, it's definitely stronger. You can definitely feel more of a tingle when you put it on your skin. And as I say, I feel like I can already notice a bigger difference in the week of using the P50 than the whole time of using the P50W and the P50 PIGM 400. But I think that's to be expected to a certain extent. So out of all of the three, the P50 has 100% been my favourite. Again, I wish that I had taken before and afters. It has completely changed the texture of my skin. The breakouts that I get are super minimal now. If I get a breakout, it's probably because I didn't clean a makeup brush as quickly as I should have done. It's not because of anything else, and I always know exactly what's caused it, because probably at the time I thought, oh, I shouldn't do that. So it's helped in that way as well. My skin is less oily now. My skin, and I don't know about your skin, but my skin doesn't like physical exfoliation. It's just not a fan. It doesn't enjoy it. When I do it, it causes breakouts, and it almost causes, it sounds really strange, but it almost causes a harder skin to come back over the top. It's really peculiar. Like, it's really nice at first, it's super soft and silky and it feels great, but then afterwards I don't know, maybe I should ask a dermatologist, but I don't know what happens, but it's like a harder skin comes back. So my skin just doesn't enjoy that, and this is the answer to that. I mean, a lot of people call it a facial in a bottle, and maybe it is that, but for me it's just an amazing exfoliant that happens to be done via chemical instead of physical exfoliation. It will definitely be something that I use forever. It's worth the money. So this bottle in the UK is £69. You can get a slightly bigger bottle that I believe is 106. So this one is the this one is the 150ml. The £106 is the 250ml. So obviously, if you're trying them out, if you're figuring out which one's going to be best for you, I would definitely go for the 150ml bottle first, obviously, just because you don't want 250ml or to spend that much money on something that you don't know that you're going to love. Yeah, I think that's all that I have to say. I've really enjoyed using this product. It is definitely something that I think everyone should have a try of. Not everybody loves it, but the vast majority of people do. The last thing that I should touch on, absolutely, is the way that you apply the P50. You have to do it in a very specific way, and if you do it a different way, then you might not get the results that you were hoping for. So you need a cotton pad, and you put, I don't know, 4 or 5 drops onto the cotton pad, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press it onto your skin like that. Obviously I have makeup on, I don't have it and all that stuff, but don't swipe. You don't want to swipe, you want to press in. And I always do it in, like, I start from here and I go in upwards motions, and like up like that. So and it definitely does make a difference. And the reason that I know this is because at first I was just swiping, because I was like, what do you mean I have to dab it in? I'm just gonna swipe it, because that's what I've done with all of these other kinds of lotions and toners and things like that. It definitely makes a difference. You really want to be pressing it into the skin as opposed to swiping it over the skin. And when you think about it, it does make sense. You want to press it in because you want to exfoliate. You don't want to just layer it over the top, I guess. It makes sense in my head. But yeah, I think that's all. That is really the last thing. I will leave some links down below so that you can see where to purchase the P50 products from. If you have any questions, or if you have had experience with the P50 lotion, then please do leave a comment down below, and I will speak to you soon.